Hello. Thank you. I did like a redo on the hair and the
Very nice,
makeup.
very nice. You excited?
I am. This is going to be awesome.
I'm excited for you.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how many people show up. Not everyone's clicked on I've got to fix my process. Um, for
A
sure.
couple little glitches. It's okay. You're
Uh-huh.
powering through though.
Uh-huh.
That's what, there's always gonna be stuff. So
You know, absolutely. Learn as you go. Admitting these people. Ba, ba. Hello, hello, Miss Erin. We're gonna have so much
How are you?
fun. I'm
Good.
good. How about you?
Looking forward to this.
Thank you.
Do you have a lot of people signed up?
I had 47, but only 8 people have seen that. Oh, here's 3 that I sent out the Zoom link. So but now I'm
there we
noticing
go.
people are opening it
Yay.
now. Oh, here's no one.
Nice.
Here we go. Hello, hello. Welcome, Miss Carmen. Carmen and I have worked together in real life. So I actually know Carmen in real life. Hello, Sandra. Nice to meet
Hi,
you.
nice to meet you.
I am excited. We're just going to give everybody, oh, it's just now 6 o'clock, so we'll give them a minute. And I'm making sure I have all my ducks in a row. Oh, good. That duck's in the right row. Perfect. I was jamming to some music. Actually, Zach is my husband. He was playing the guitar. It's like, are you nervous? I said, not really, but like a little. It's like, who's gonna come? How's it gonna go? What's gonna happen? He's like, I'll play some guitar. I was like, perfect. He's so sweet.
That's nice. You have a in-house musician.
Totally. COVID has helped him because he's just been practicing so much more because we're here all the time. So he's learning all kinds of new tricks, which is fun. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Is that Jessica or Gina? Maybe both of you. I can't see everyone. Ah, ta-da! There's Miss Gina.
Hi, I'm driving.
Hello. You good? Are you coming here?
No, I'm gonna go and do this from there.
Perfect. Perfect, perfect. We'll wait about 60 more seconds and then we will get started.
Your hair looks good.
Thank you. I'm doing this thing where I only wash it every 3rd day. And so this is day 3, but I'm using Beehive dry shampoo, which like oomphs it up. So I'm
Thanks.
digging it too. Thanks for noticing.
Usually on the 3rd day, it starts with like down, and then the 2 days, and then the 3rd day, I'm putting it up. But
yeah,
it's good for 3
yeah,
days.
no. Beehive dry shampoo. I think it's like $6 at Walgreens. All right, let's get started. I'm so excited. Let's see. I have my little notes to make sure I don't go off track because you guys know me. I like to talk a lot. So those are over there. So if you see me looking over there, that's what I'm doing. But let's go. Tara, you're here, right? Yeah, I see your name. Okay, good. Okay, good. All right. Can we see this? Good.
Yep.
Okay, perfect. All right. And I'm not going to be able to see your chat again. I got to figure that out next time. But that's okay. So welcome. welcome to how to create a measurable and repeatable sales process. First, I genuinely mean this. I want to thank all of you so much for being here. I know that our schedules are all insane, and carving out an hour to hang out with me and learn some business strategy is like, I'm just so grateful. This is absolutely my jam, and I could talk sales all day long. So thank you for coming and sharing your time with me. I will honor it and make sure I'm giving you lots of juicy info and really helping you scale your business, because that is the point. So I want to know, so pop in the comment. I won't get to see it till the end. I know most of you, but I want to know where everyone is from. I know we've got a couple of fellow Omahans, so some real life friends are here. So thank you guys for your support. I know we've got Pennsylvania. I know we've got Michigan. Gosh, I think we have some other people. Oh, look, I can't see. Oh, Vegas. Awesome, Sandra. And Calgary. That's right. Julie lives in Calgary. So cool. And yay, I figured out the chat thing. Yay, me. Okay, so we are going to just get right on to it. So, yes, welcome. We are going to have a lot of fun tonight. I don't even think this will be a whole hour. We'll see if you guys have lots of questions, because obviously you know me well. If you've attended any classes before, I will hang out as long as you want me to make sure I'm answering all of your questions. So who is Sales Cheerleader? For those of you that do not know me, I launched Sales Cheerleader during COVID. Because my calendar went empty, and I'm an extrovert and I don't sit still. And now I'm so grateful that I went on this journey and really had this learning experience over the past 13 months now, can you believe it, of just diving into online marketing, Instagram marketing, email marketing, how to build a list, how to get a website, how to update WordPress. Like, I'm just learning all of this stuff, and I couldn't I feel bad saying that COVID helped me do that, but I'm just one to turn lemons into lemonade when I can. And I certainly have, because I've now built a business that I see me being able to pass down to my daughters. And that's really the big thing for me. I want to build not just wealth for myself. I really believe when women build wealth and when women learn how to strategically sell what they're so fantastically good at, we are the ones that are going to be able to change the world. And I don't know about you, but in my opinion, men have had the power for a little bit too long. And I really believe that this journey and what I was put on earth to do is to help people learn how to sell. As crazy as it sounds, and so many people are like, selling is awful. Like, well, lucky for you, you found me. Is what I like to say, because I genuinely love it. So I believe that every woman can be successful with the right tools, mindset, and a cheerleader in their corner, which is where Sales Cheerleader came from. So 20 years of experience. I've done both B2B, so business to business, and B2C, so business straight to consumer selling. I've closed over $70 million in projects. So that is both product and services that I have sold throughout my career. I know that sounds like a huge number, so don't be intimidated by that. If you're like, I just want to learn how to sell $4,000, because we all start somewhere, right? And I really can give you those tips and tricks. So my superpower is that I expertly demystify the sales process and provide my clients with actionable steps to remove fear and open new opportunities and possibilities. So you're in the right place if that sounds cool to you. So who do I serve? We are definitely talking high ticket here. You don't need to apply the same type of sales process that I'm going to teach you today to sell candles, for example, or a smaller product. You won't need a discovery call as part of your funnel in order to be able to get that money in your bank account. So what we're talking about here is really services selling is most common. So whether you're a coach of some kind or you provide a service to other entrepreneurs, anything within that realm where you need to have a discovery call and actually meet and talk to your prospect before they're signing a contract with you. Okay. I want all of my clients to be making 6 figures minimum. And I'm going to tell you a secret. I've got more people coming. Yay. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, Bianca. We just got started. You have not missed a thing, but I'm going to tell you a secret and the truth. My current pipeline for sales cheerleader is not just six figures, but seven. Like this is absolutely insane how rapidly this is growing. I think I've really tapped into a unique need in the marketplace. And then obviously I know how to sell it, right? So I'm getting people in the funnel and I'm moving them through. I'll tell you straight up, I'm finding most of my leads on Clubhouse. I would say 90%. Here's another one. Come on in. I would say 90. I should know this because I was actually reviewing my stats. I'm teaching you this, but about 90% of my revenue for the last 60 days has come from leads on Clubhouse. So that's a conversation for another day, but just really helping you understand the impact that this is already having and the impact that I want to help you have in your own business. So I launched my LLC on February 1st, you guys. So we're what? I have no idea. I can't do math very well. 7 weeks. February, March, April, a little more than that. So like, not very long. So my tips and my tricks and my approach, they work. And that's what I'm here to give you today. So let's get some learning on. What are we going to cover? We're talking sales process today. So this is a little more nerdy than my typical master classes have been, which have been a little bit more, the fun side. To me, this is also the fun side because this is what really helps you drive your business. So first, I want you to envision your current sales process. Like close your eyes and think about what you're doing today. I have a few questions for you. And if you are brave enough, I would love your responses in the chat. I'm watching that over here too. So A, are you flying by the seat of your pants? Yes or no? B, are you doing tons of activity, but not really understanding or knowing what's working and moving the needle on your revenue? And then C, are you completely avoiding selling because you don't know where to start or are petrified to sound salesy? So I'd love your answers in the chat if you're brave enough to share. So all right, that's what I thought. Combination. Good. We've got lots of scatterings over there. Lots of C's, which is what I actually anticipated. So, all right, now I want you to envision the alternative. Okay. Envision with me having a clear, well-defined plan that you feel confident with, that you can look at your statistics and your data and really understand what precisely is moving the needle on your bank account. Think about how that would feel. Think about the impact that would have on your checkbook, your family, and your own confidence and swagger, right? That's like the beauty land, right? That we all dream of, being able to really predict and measure and track how we're going to grow our business. And that's why I'm here. So first, why? I always like to start with why. Why is a sales process important? Number one, your clients need to know that you've got this. I would cuss, but I'm going to be good today. No matter what you sell, your product, your service, your offer suite, your potential clients need to be confident that you can deliver that transformation. When you don't put forth that strategic professionalism and executive presence, your clients are going to doubt your ability to solve their problem. Okay, so there's a big difference between, hi, I'm Sarah, welcome, right? And hello, I'm Sarah, I can kick butt and help you sell a bunch of stuff, right? That confidence changes everything. And for me, having a strategic process helps me be more professional and deliberate because I've thought about it before it happens. Okay. Number two, measurement. So it's pretty daggone hard to improve something that you're not measuring. A quote I use all the time with leadership at my corporate job is that people respect what you inspect. Cliche, right? I don't know who wrote it. I'm sure I should attribute that quote to someone, but it's basically saying if you're not really measuring it, then you really don't know. You don't know the starting place and you don't know how to fix it without a measurement. I like to say, if you want to lose weight, step one is getting on the scale and saying, cool, I weigh, that number. that's different than I'd prefer. And setting a goal of where you'd like to move that number to. And that really provides you with the roadmap and the strategy, and then a way to celebrate, right? Because you're like, yes, 5 pounds down. Now I'm going to celebrate with a margarita. Counterintuitive. I know, I know, I know. But you need at minimum a basic framework to guide your steps and actions to ensure that you're able to have maximum impact, AKA make lots and lots and lots of money. All right. Number 3 is predictability. So, what if I told you that once you solidify a sales process, you measure it and you constantly tweak it, that you can start to really project your business revenue for months in the future? Think about how different that would be if you're able to say, okay, cool. I've made $20,000 in revenue so far. I'm using fictitious numbers. And I have a $100,000 pipeline, but I'm anticipating only 20% of that to close within the next 30 days. And then 50% to close within 60, right? Think about how much better and smarter business decisions you could make if you were really able to map out that profit plan and that revenue plan for your business. Now, those of you that are in, bigger, maybe you've got an investment team, maybe you've got a partner in the business that's not related to sales. They're, I'm sure, asking you for those numbers. And I've heard a lot of people saying they just do this. Like, yeah, I'll sell 40,000. I don't know. So this is really going to help you get clear on that number so that you can be proud and confident of the pipeline that you're projecting for the business. All right. Impact. Yeah. So obviously the impact is massive, right? You're going to make pennies compared to actually bringing in revenue that's going to drive a real business forward. I heard that only 3% of women-owned businesses ever hit $1 million. Like, we're going to change that. Who's in? Tell me in the chat if you're in for $1 million biz. All right. So now we're going to walk through the actual process that I use. These are my 6 steps. They all are right here. So the first one is really building a relationship. This applies no matter what you sell, whether you are in corporate B2B like I am. So in case you don't know, I still work my corporate job. I lead a team in 2 markets. So I'm responsible for P&L for Kansas City office and our Omaha office. And we sell data center infrastructure. So I'm prospecting to CIOs in my real job, and then female entrepreneurs in my side hustle, which is perfect. The perfect juxtaposition, right? But that know, like, and trust factor on both sides of my selling hat is exceptionally important. I really look at it as the foundation that you're then able to build upon to get to a money offer, right? They've got to have all 3 of those pieces. They need to feel like they know you, they need to like you, and they need to trust you, right? That again is where that confidence comes in. If you don't exude that confidence, it's really going to keep that trust leg of the foundation shaky. So this process happens for me in a lot of ways, and I would assume similarly for most of you. I use email, Instagram posts, stories, reels. I go live. I use Clubhouse conversations. I host rooms in Clubhouse and provide samples of free coaching. And then Facebook groups, both mine and other people's groups, and Facebook pages. So that really kind of combines my content plan and content strategy of where I'm investing my time. As I told you earlier, I've seen that 90% of my leads come directly from Clubhouse. So to be honest, I've neglected the Facebook side of the house right now because Clubhouse is where it's at if you're selling to other business owners. So simple tip, if you are selling to other people like me, to other people that own businesses, get on Clubhouse yesterday and hit me up. I can help you. So with that, my goal is really to show my personality, my subject matter expertise, and my offers across all of those channels. And I really am focused not on where I potentially, I love Clubhouse, but it's not about me. It's about where my ideal customer is. So as you're mapping out your process, you should be thinking, okay, my ideal customer is this human, right? I've taught you guys before that you got to name them and really develop and hone in. What do they like? Where do they hang out? And then admit. And then you're able to really decide, okay, cool, this is where they're hanging out. That is where I'm going to spend my time investment so that I can build relationships with my ideal customer. Number 2, invitation. Guys, people want to know that you want to work with them. The invitation to work together is not sleazy. You have an offer, a transformation, a service that can change your ideal client's life, right? I know that's true. Inviting them to take a look, to participate in a discovery call, to read a blog on your website or learn more, it's really on you, the owner of the business. Your messaging and timing here are definitely critical, as we customize based on the investment of your offer and also the transformation that you're providing. So that is definitely something that is, a big pillar of what you need to be able to successfully do to grow this business. But I just want to encourage you to do that invitation. So that in the corporate world, we would call prospecting. But in my online business, I'm calling it inviting people to the party. And I really do mean that. Come some more people. I love it. You guys are all just coming on in. Let's do this. Welcome, welcome. Let's see, where was I at? So you have an offer, a transformation, and a service that can change your ideal client's life. Inviting them to take a look is what matters. I already said that. So we're going to move on. I got backwards there. All right. So number 3 is the pitch and presentation. I want to scream at you, but I will not. Whoever that newbie is, would you mind muting just so we don't have the background noise? I would appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I do that all the time where I come in and don't realize I'm not on mute. So I need you to stop hosting discovery calls before you're doing research on the person. Okay, stop it. You are wasting your time if you're walking in and talking to someone and you don't really have any kind of plan. So if you weren't on that training, which I think was about 6 weeks ago, it's live on my YouTube channel. I walk you through exactly how to host a discovery call that will result in paying clients. Part of that is the research phase, and you must do it in order to be as effective as I know all of you want to be by evidence of you being here with me tonight. So if you go to salescheerleader.com and you type in slay every sales call, it'll pull that blog up. It has the YouTube video. There's even a free download there. That's my agenda that I use on my discovery calls, even in my real job. I keep saying this is real too. I don't know. I need a different name for that. A corporate job. So that discovery call is key, and it's your opportunity to shine for your customer. I would say if you have to work on all of these things, which some of us will, right? I'm constantly tweaking this, but if you're like, oh my goodness, I need all 6, start with number 3. I would really encourage you to do that because I don't want you to miss out on leads that are coming into your pipeline, but you're not able to close them. Objections. I actually love objections. So no matter how stellar your process is, how beautiful your pitch is and the presentation, people are going to have reservations about working with you. Reservations and objections are a signal to you, the seller, that you've not shown the whole value stream yet. Okay, so an objection or reservation is not a no. There's a big difference if they say, you know what, I appreciate your time, this is not for me. Okay, that feels like more rejection, right? Which will happen, it happens. But if they're like, I'm just not sure if I have the time, or holy moly, that seems like a massive investment, or something along those lines, they're telling you the roadmap. They're telling you, this is my biggest concern. Can you fix it for me? Okay, so you really need, in my opinion, to take that as such sacred. They are telling you and gracing you with the detail of why they're concerned. So I hold that in very high regard, and I take it as a challenge to make sure I'm really telling the story of that valuable transformation. I hope that's making sense. I'm going to take time for questions. So feel free to be jotting them down and throwing them in the chat already if you want to, so you don't forget. So I really work with my clients to map out what their most frequent objections are, because you need to already have a plan for them. You're going to customize it for every conversation, but having that confidence in that plan, like, okay, if they say that sounds expensive, I have a plan of what my response can be. Or if they say, I don't have time to dedicate to this, you have a plan, right? So at least it gives you that starting point, and then you tweak it with your empathetic response, right, to your ideal customer. Number 5, who here is asking for the sale? I can see you now. I finally figured out how to use all the things on my computer. Are you actually asking for the sale? I want you to raise your hand if you are. 1. That's common. That's what I would have expected. Very, very, very common. It's okay. We're going to fix it. So how many of you are like, so yeah, I mean, no pressure, but you know, if you like it, you can just let me know. Take your time and think about it. Who's doing that? No pressure. So I will tell you, your desire to not sound salesy is actually costing you your reputation with your clients. Let me explain. When you don't sound confident that you can solve the pain point that they shared, why would they trust that you could? Right? So in a discovery call, you go through the process, right? You take down and write down what their pain points are. I keep getting confused about which camera's on me. And then the selling process is you telling them stories of how you can fix it. And then you get to the end and you're wishy-washy, right? So just kind of think about it like that. You're selling that solution to them is a service. They told you why they're hurting, why they're bleeding, what problem they have. You told them how you can fix it, how much the investment is. You've got to take it to the final phase and say, are you ready to get started? Or what day can we do this call? Or however you want to close it. But you've got to ask for the sale. Again, people want to feel wanted. So they want to know that you want them, you want to work with them, right? Even after that process. Keep focused on those transformations. Keep thinking about the value you provide. That will help you overcome the, I don't want to sound salesy, because it's not salesy. I'm helping. I'm a hero. I always feel like that. When I get to that phase, I'm like, I am a freaking hero. They're going to be so happy after this is over. Oh man. So then your follow-up and nurture sequence. So no matter how good you are, including me, just being silly, not everyone's going to be ready to move forward immediately. It's just not the nature of the game. People have lives and families and all kinds of external factors that are going to impact when they're ready to work with you. So what are you going to do? What is your process and how strategic is it after you've had that closing? You've asked for the sale, they've said not yet, and they mean it, right? Like there's no overcoming that objection. It's like really can't do it just yet. What is your process then? What I've seen for 20 years is right there is where the most lead leakage happens. So they're like, not yet. And you're like, that's fine. I respect it. And then what? Crickets? Do you email them? Do you have a plan? Do you call them? Do you text them? Do you Instagram DM them? Right. So making sure that you've got a really well-defined follow-up and nurture sequence, typically for about 8 weeks after that initial not ready. And then it's really customized, right? Understanding their timeline, understand what's going on, why they don't want to move forward yet. You can tweak it and move it around. All right, so let's measure. I'm going to tell you, so this will be a little more, I don't know, corporate, but I'm going to give you why these metrics matter. And then we can talk about it. So your pipeline overall, what pipeline really means is what is the overall value of what you've got in the funnel. So what you are expecting to close. How many leads do you have? How many opportunities do you have? And what is the dollar value of that? That is a really important number to know. And I would encourage you to always be familiar with that. Each month being like, okay, cool. My current pipeline is $3 million. Awesome. It doesn't mean you're going to close it all, but it means you understand what you could bring in. Average deal size. So pretty pretty straightforward. What is the average size of your closed deals? So measuring the impact and understanding what offers excite your ideal customers the most, and really getting a good feel for, then the next step is average deal size. Cool. Average deal size, 550 bucks, let's say. What is your overall lifetime customer value? Then is the next metric you really want to think about. So I'm assuming, I know most of your businesses, almost all of your businesses, and you don't just have one thing to sell. It's not like a one and done type of jam. You've got a starting point, and then you've got upsells, and you've got other programs, and I'm certain you're going to be creating more and more as you go. So making sure you have a good picture for what your overall lifetime customer value can be. What's the maximum? If I sell to Kirsten, for example, and she buys everything I do, everything I ever sell, she buys it. What is that monetary value? Because then that helps you plan for how you continue to nurture that relationship forever, right? And making sure you're remembering to say, oh, I also do this. You need this, right? Average sales cycle. So how many days does it take you to take a prospect to a client? That's going to be different for everyone. And it is a really important number to know. I've had deals since I've launched this business on February 1st that have been a 1 hour sales cycle. And I've had some, I think my longest so far is 6 days. That's probably not going to be sustainable. Like, it's going to get way longer. In my corporate job, it's 24 months because I'm selling multi-million-dollar data center infrastructure, right? So everybody's going to be different. Then I also want you really thinking about, what is my actual capacity? How many clients can I take on a monthly basis? And how many bookings am I getting today? So if you're like, okay, I could do 20, I could do 4 a week or 5 a week, 5 a week. Could do 5 a week, 1 a day, whatever, but I'm only doing 2 a month right now. So you can understand that gap. Be honest with yourself, right? I'm seeing a lot of people wanting to shy away and hide away from these numbers, but getting them down on paper helps you build a roadmap. And that is what you need. Finally, who here, I'm going to look at you again. Raise your hand if you have actual goals for your business, like revenue goals, and you've got them posted somewhere, like you're paying attention to them. No one. I love it. I mean, I don't love it because I want you to have a goal. I have mine right there. It's a big fat number. But that is what helps drive me. So I have that, and then I have my vision board so that I can also look at my why. So my husband and I eventually want to live on water. So that's part of my why. I want to build generational wealth for my family. We grew up poor as hell. I don't want any of my kids to ever deal with that. So I'm building that, right? All of those whys help drive me and stay motivated, even when this all starts to feel kind of crazy. All right, what questions do we have? Go ahead and unmute. So that was the content, but I have a big surprise for you after we get through some questions. Yeah, come on in. She can hang out too. What questions do you all have?
I have a question.
Yes.
So my hesitation, I guess, to push people to buy comes from, how much I dislike it when I feel like people are pushing on me to buy. And something that I understand is part of the sales cycle, right, is that I have to make sure to follow up. Do you ever get prospects who push back and they're like, I may have been interested, but now you've just checked in too much? Is that my paranoia just saying that if I do it too much, some people at some point will just be like, stop, now I'm not interested because you've pushed too hard?
I mean, I'm sure that could happen. It will never happen to you. That I can't even fathom you could ever do that. I know you too well. What I've gotten is actually the opposite. I've gotten a, wow, you're persistent. Fine, let's talk. Like, you're right. I've been putting you off. Like, let's do this. And I'm always like, I often lead too. If it's a ton, if you're really following up a lot and getting crickets, then my next email always says something like, I am not here to be a pest. If this is not a good fit for you, feel free to respond back and say, no, thank you. But with no response, I'm thinking you're still considering it. And I want to make sure I'm here to add all the value you need to make that decision.
Okay, that makes sense. That's great.
Any other questions?
I have-
Hello, Miss Bianca. Yeah, go ahead, Kirsten.
So cute.
Hello.
So when you're talking about someone starting the pipeline and you said you've had to the sale, an hour to 6 days, how are you counting when someone's so like starting at Clubhouse, how are you counting them as in your pipeline?
Yeah, so for me, I like to separate leads and opportunities. So a lead to me is someone follows me on Instagram and sends me a DM that they're, kind of interested. To me, they don't convert to an opportunity until they actually say, okay, cool. Can you send me your brochure, or how much does it cost to work with you, or what's your availability right now? Like, I don't move them to an opportunity stage until there's actual buying activity happening. Until then, it's really just a lead. Does that help?
So the hour to 6 days is once they got your information?
Once they said, I want more, like, I want to work with you.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. This is my grandbaby, in case you didn't know that. And she's the cutest thing that's ever been born. Oh, she's waving. Say hi. Hi. Any other questions?
I do have a quick question. Hi,
Yeah.
Sarah.
Hello.
So I actually have 2 quick questions. So I'm trying to see how to word it. Okay, as you know, I'm coming out with my digital product. So I'm in the process of coming out with the digital product first before I launch like my actual service-based, things. And so is there a sales process like for digital products? Like how would that really, I've never really thought of like an actual sales process for that. In my mind, I'm just kind of like, I want to sell X amount of ebooks and hope to make this much. But as far as like actually talking with clients about it, especially because I haven't done that yet, it kind of made me a little bit curious from hearing everything. I was like,
Yeah. Oh, excuse me. I would definitely map out a process. So it's going to be very different than your coaching services, because you're not going to need to get on a call to close an ebook, right? Like that's not going to be necessary. However, you are going to have to tell people that you have an ebook, tell them why it will transform them, focus on that transformation, and really map out, okay, cool. I want to sell 100 ebooks by March 31st, or that's already passed, May 31st, whatever. Then, okay, cool. How many do I need to sell each day? That is how I would map it out. And then I would make myself a little tickler thing, or put it a post-it note, or make something visual so that you can see. I would call it literally my quota. Okay, my quota is to sell 4 books a day. How am I going to do that? And then I would map out an actual process to say, okay, cool. I'm going to go live twice a week. I'm going to post twice a week on different days about what the offer is. I'm going to go into Clubhouse, right? Like each little section, each little touch point, I'm going to send out an email blast once a week, all those things. So then you can start to say, okay, cool. This week, after I sent my email, I sold 20. Okay, that messaging must have been good. I should repurpose that messaging and do an IG live tomorrow. And then I'm going to measure that. Oh, then I sold 5 more. Okay, I'm going to double down because people are digging it like this, right?
Okay. Right.
Yeah, by really tracking it, then you're able to see, okay, that didn't work at all. Nobody cared about that post. I did not speak to my people, but this one they went wild for. So it's really making sure you're getting that granular, because you want to wash, rinse, repeat. You do not need to recreate the wheel every time. There's no sense in that. See what works and do more of it.
Cool. I love it. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. All right. Are you guys ready to see my offer? You're the first ones to see it. I finally made a decision. So I've been going back and forth, back and forth. How can I add more impact? And how can I build revenue in this business? I mean, I ain't gonna lie, I am looking to do that too, right? There's a whole big strategy here. So what I've decided to do is not offer a big 90-day group coaching program because I want to offer more impact faster. So instead, what I'm going to do is for 10 people total. So I'll launch this on my Instagram and email tonight or tomorrow until I sell 10. I'm going to do a VIP sales workshop. So this will be 6 hours. I'm thinking Monday, May 10th, 10 to 4. But honestly, I'm going to poll everybody that purchases it and make sure that it works for them. That was a lot of S's. So I'm going to make sure that it works for every member, right? This is an investment, it's not free. So I want the people that buy it to be able to come. It'll be delivered on Zoom. You'll get a package at your home from me for that day that will include a copy of my ebook. I'm actually going to go print that for you, put it in a nice binder. All of the templates that I use to build my business, a couple of guides. It's going to be a whole cool thing. Sorry, Pumpkin, I forget. You like to see the universe. You want to look at all these pretty girls? Say hi. Okay, so that's what it looks like. What are we going to cover? So I'm going to break out this agenda just exactly like I do for my training for my sales teams in Omaha and Kansas City. This is like almost exactly the same, except I'm not teaching you to sell data center infrastructure. I'm customizing it on what you are selling. So step one, we're going to nail your professional development. Like I said, confidence, swagger, understanding your executive presence, how you come off, how your body language is, all of those things, we're going to hit that first. Step two, we're going to go through your messaging. I need my notes. I was looking at the baby, but I don't want to miss anything. This is the important part. I was looking at you, baby. Blah, 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 da, da, beep, bah. Yes. Okay. So if you're still word vomiting, we're going to fix that and craft perfect positioning statements that will attract your ideal clients. We're going to work on your discovery calls, your objections. So mapping out those and how to actually close the deal. So you're going to walk away that day with custom scripts that we've worked on together, which I'm super excited about. Then we're going to do some pitch practice. So think of this as a mastermind of 10 other entrepreneurs that are in the same spot as you. You're going to get feedback from them as well as from me. So to me, that is like simply heaven. Next, we're going to go through that actual sales process. What does yours look like? What do we need to change for you that I don't need to do because your ideal client is different? So we'll walk through that. We'll practice it as well. Then we're going to go through measurements. So that's where I'm going to give you my actual scorecard that shows you how I track leads, how I track revenue, how I track days to close, all of it. We're going to dig in and find your current metrics, and then we're going to record those because you're going to need them for what we call in the corporate world, your quarterly business review. So when you sign up for this, you don't just get 6 hours of sales training from me, which is awesome, but you also get quarterly check-ins with this same group. So it's going to be like a mastermind of women that are all supporting each other. And then we're continuing to tweak and develop your strategy throughout the rest of the year. How bless you, baby. We're going to walk through client experience. So really making sure your offer suite matches the transformation and also matches how you're keeping your clients sticky is the word we use. So that they're coming back to buy from you again, and they're referring their friends to come to you as well. Goal setting. So we're going to break out the calculators. I'm the cheerleader, right? So I'm going to hold you accountable and encourage you to push through the rejection that comes with being a business owner. I'm going to be your business bestie and your sales mentor, coach, and your biggest cheerleader. Then at the very end, I'm going to give you a challenge. So each quarter, you will have a unique challenge to work through that is going to be designed to increase your revenue. That's the only thing that matters to me, right? I want everybody that goes through this program to be a 6-figure business owner at the end of the year. And I genuinely mean that, even if I'm buying your offers. Like we're going to figure out a way to get you there. That is my commitment to you. So how much is it? I know you're curious. It's $899. So I'll tell you, I'm growing crazy rapidly. This will be the only time it'll be this price. The feedback I've gotten has said that this program should be closer to $5,000. I think that's crazy. I don't know. I'll learn as I go, but I wanted to start it out as this low price for this first group, to get your testimonials, to get your feedback, and also because still got people joining. Because I know I'm in the same spot as you, right? We're strapping it, we're learning how to grow a business. You don't have $5,000 to spend and hope you get results. So I want this to be a really custom, intimate experience. So like I said, I'm only accepting 10. And what questions, if any, do you all have about the VIP sales day and quarterly business review? Thanks, Sandra. That's so kind. I'm sorry your phone died. I'm recording this so I can send you the replay. Any question about VIP day? Crystal clear. Good. So this is how you sign up for that. If that's something that you're interested in, it's just at the contact us page on my website. When you click the product or service that you're interested in, there's a drop down that says VIP day. That will take you to the payment page. And then I will be setting up a private Facebook group for these 10 women. So it's going to be mentorship all the time, right? And then we will get the sales day, make sure that May 10th works. And then we're going to dive in deep. So I'm excited about it. And that is all I have to share. Any other questions about anything or anything y'all want to talk about?
Can I see the previous slide real quick again? I just came back when you were almost putting it away.
Oh yeah, totally. And then there was a question about a payment plan. Absolutely. I would be more than happy to work out a payment plan, no problem, for this beta group. So we can just talk one-on-one and see what works for you. I have no issues with that at all. So Sandra, did you get to hear about this at all? Or do you want me to kind of repeat what the offer is?
No, it was like 1 second. I moved to my laptop, so it wasn't.
Oh, okay. Okay, good. So it wasn't too long.
Yeah, I was just waiting to hear how much it was gonna be, and then
Uh-huh.
I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah, it's gonna be wicked fun.
It's
I'm super
it's a lot
excited.
of useful information.
Thank you.
I love the
think so
first
too.
part overall, like the confidence and swagger and body language is so important.
It's so key. It's so key. People forget that how much that part matters. And yeah, it just really gives people that impression of who you are and what you've got to offer, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. Any other questions or comments, feedback? Was this helpful? Are you glad you came? Awesome. Awesome. All right. Well, you ladies have a beautiful night. Thank you for spending time with me. I had a ball, and holler at me if you have any questions at all. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Bye.